Okay, so if you've never heard of Christian Nodal and Angela Aguilar, let me tell you what is going on because there's some tea there, okay? And the tea is kind of old, like maybe a week or two old, but now I have the full timeline and I feel like people need to know about this. Like everyone in the Latin community just knows about it, but if you're not Latino, you probably have not heard of this. And these are like big celebrities in Latin America. So I feel like the world needs to know in every language, in every country. It's kind of entertaining. I don't know. Okay, so what is an Angel Aguilar and a Christian Nodal? So I didn't know who they were until like I heard of like people making fun of this whole thing a while ago. So let me just tell you. So Angel Aguilar and Christian Nodal are singers, and now they're dating, and it's like people are making memes and like fun of their relationship because basically people were started to dissect this relationship. So just to give you some context, Christian Nodal had a baby like a few months ago with another woman who is not Angela, and I think like not even a month after like he had the baby, he was like, "Wait, actually, I'm not with the mother of my child anymore. I'm now dating Angela Aguilar, who's been a longtime friend of ours." Like this girl, Angela, would literally comment on their posts and be like, "I love this," like fan de su relación, like fan of your relationship, like basically like just like being not a girl's girl, right? Because that's kind of fake. Like you're posting on this girl's Instagram post, like, "Oh my god, you guys are so cute," and now you end up dating him. So a lot of people started like raising brows to that, like, what's going on? Also, there's like a meme going around that I saw and I thought it was really funny where they were in a concert and he's like, Angela, ¿por qué eres tan bonita, mamacita? Or something like that, like with like his fake like Mexican accent of like, Angela, why are you so pretty, mamacita? Like, I don't even like mommy. Like I don't freaking know what's the translation to that, okay? And he's like, ¿Por qué eres mi novio, Christian? Because you're my boyfriend, Christian.
Ay, Angelita, ¿por qué eres tan coqueta, mi amor? Porque eres mi novio,
With like this like tone, and it's just like kind of really funny, and like obviously people in question like hype in the concert are like hyping them up, but everyone on the internet made a meme out of it and like, "Oh my god, fan de su relación porque soy tu novia, Christian." Like it's just so funny because people are like, dude, the audacity of these people to like be in a happy relationship just after he had a child with someone else.
Ay, Angelita, ¿por qué eres tan coqueta, mi amor? Porque eres mi novio,
And then people started dissecting this relationship because I was like, this is so suspicious. And look at this comment that she made on this girl on like the guy's ex's Instagram post. And then they noticed that she had also like commented in like older posts of like another ex of his. And this girl, because she's not even that old, I think she's like a bit older than me, maybe. They like have known each other for years. They've always been like friendly, I don't know. So now people are like, wait, maybe they've been having a thing for a really long time. And the thing is like, I don't recall if they have a significant age gap. Let me actually fact check that. I'm shocked. Angela is like a few months younger than me. And this guy's like 5 years older, which is not bad as an age gap, so it's not that bad. But they've known each other since 2018, January. So she would have been 14, like not even 15 yet. And they met because basically Angela's dad were like, and like her brother, they were kind of trying to get in the music industry, so they had like a conference, blah blah blah. And they said that they were gonna like part of like this tour. Christian Nodal was gonna be part of this tour, who was like also just starting his career, but by then he was 20. Okay, so their first like collab was in 2020 November, so they did like a song together. So they've been knowing each other for a really long time. Let's get into the timeline of Christian Nodal's relationships. I'm not gonna give you the years because it doesn't even matter, but just so you get some idea of the kind of guy he is in relationships. Like it's kind of a repeating cycle all the time. Like the way the relationships and start, it's always kind of like sus. And the guy's like 25, so he's not like crazy old. But anyways, it gets messy. This guy used to date a girl called Luisa Fernanda, I think, and basically he did cheat on her, but he cheated on her, and then I think for like he stayed with her for a month, broke up with her, and she was like, she found out that he cheated basically like, the day after they broke up. So in his head, like he literally was interviewed about it because he was like, yeah, I'm like, I regret it a lot, like, you know, like I wasn't the best, but I didn't cheat because like she never found out when we were dating. So basically, like he cheated, but in his mind, it's like, okay, but she didn't know when we're dating, and by the time she found out, like we're broken up, so I didn't cheat. That was his mentality, which is like, what is going on? So after this, he had like his first big song like pop off, and during this time, I don't know the years very well. We could see that he kept this friendship with Angel Aguilar, and Angel Aguilar. By the time she turned 18, she was like dating this guy who was like 33 and stuff. So like, like she's always kind of like older guys from what we can tell in her dating history, which like it's sus for the guys she was dating, but yeah, I don't know, like it looks like she likes them older, I guess. I don't know, to each their own. At that point she's like an independent adult, but yeah, there are people saying that like Christian Nodal was grooming her since like they were really young, which I don't know necessarily. If I from what I've read, it doesn't look like it. If anything, it looks like Angela was always kind of like, always staying in his life. Like every time he was dating a new girl, she was always like in their comments saying like, "Oh my god, I love you guys' relationship. Like I wish you guys the best." Kind of like just staying there. And I don't know what happens behind closed doors, like obviously, but it does look like that from a young age. She's always kind of like looked into older men, right? Like I said, when she was 18, she was dating a guy significantly older, which is weird from the guy. Like I don't know what's going on there, but yeah. Anyways, okay, so it's after all of this that he starts dating Belinda, the actress I was mentioning earlier. So he starts dating Belinda, and they last like 9 months. I think no, after 9 months he proposes to her. So they're like engaged, but like she doesn't want to have kids, and I don't know what goes on there, but it doesn't last, and the ending is really not good. Like he even exposes some screenshots of like a conversation on WhatsApp that he had with Belinda, which basically Belinda was like asking for money for the dentist or something, but like she wasn't just saying like, "Hey, give me money." She was like saying like, "Can you at least give me money for this? I feel like that's the least you could do after you've been like doing all of these things." What did she say? Like, "After all I've suffered with you, you've destroyed my whole ass life. I hope you focus in your career since it's the only thing you care about. Like I'm not gonna stay like that with you and the people you hang out with. Like I didn't know this was gonna happen, blah blah blah." So all of that, because basically she's like, yeah, like can you help me just to pay this, and like I think I'll pay you back. So she wasn't even like being like, "Hey, give me like be my sugar daddy and pay for all my expenses." It's like, I need to get something done to my dentist, but I also need to cover my parents stuff. Like, can you just like help? Okay, so then after all of this happened, it was just like a horrible breakup. And then in her story, this girl Belinda posted something that was very cryptical, like things are gonna come around, like basically like saying karma's gonna get to you, girl. I mean, she didn't say girl, she didn't say all of that, but she just said like everything that goes somewhere like comes back around. I don't remember what's expression, but you know what I mean. Like basically, like, you're gonna get what you did to other people, you're gonna get it back, or like something like that, which is weird. Anyways, shortly after he started dating Katsu, and I think they were dating for like 3 6 months, like not a long time, before he literally impregnated her. And like it was so weird because from the beginning he was like, "Oh, I'm so excited to like get her pregnant," which is like, I don't know, red flaggy to me, but maybe she thought it was romantic. And it's very funny to see, because at that time he tried to be a bit more like adopt a very different aesthetic, which honestly I don't find this one attractive. So whoever you like, you like, but it's like he was kind of like trying to match her vibe, I feel like, because she's a more like alt girly in my opinion, so he was trying to be like alt boy ish. I don't know. And they started dating, and yeah, so he impregnated this woman. Kazu is the one that has the baby, and basically she gives birth. And like I tell you, like I think like a month max, like you already see, like they announce that they're not together anymore, like on their social media, and people are like, "What? Oh my god, I don't believe in love anymore. Like, what is this? They're so cute." Like people were living for this relationship, so they were flabbergasted. And then they start noticing that like Christian and Angela like keep like liking. I mean, they always commented on each other's posts and whatever, but like they see them more often together, and like they're doing concerts together, and like yeah, so they basically end up confirming the rumors. Like, yeah, we're dating. You guys got it, and we're so in love. And this is something that like he literally had an interview, and he was like, "This is something that was like a long time coming." So a lot of people were like, oh my god, like he was into her when she was a kid, which I don't think that's what he meant. I think he meant just like, because he was talking about how like they've known each other for years, but just now he kind of realized that like this is like the love story of his life and all of that, which is like, this man says this for like every relationship he's had. Like doesn't even date them a year and gets engaged, you know what I mean? Like doesn't even date them a year and like impregnate her. I actually don't know how long they dated, but I'm gonna edit it so you guys know. But yeah, so I just thought it was like very weird. Like this guy's obviously very into toxic relationships, and I mean this girl too, right? Because like I mean, she's been friends with this guy for so many years. So I was kind of like looking. It's giving a bit like people were doing this comparison actually. How like we saw videos of like Hailey Bieber knowing Justin Bieber when they were really young. Which, by the way, like I fully respect the relationship. I'm not like hating on Hailey. I love Hailey. Love Selena too. I love everyone. Okay, but I'm just saying, people, you know how like when people found the videos when she was really young and she met him, they're like, oh my gosh, she's been stalking him forever, blah blah blah. Vibes. That was the vibes that people were a bit getting a bit because they were like, like she's been around him for a long time. They've known each other since they were like really young, and like she was just waiting for that moment to like get to him. Which I don't know if that's how I would describe it, but I do believe that it's just I don't know. It's just weird now. And yeah, I mean the age gap is not that crazy. Right now they're dating. They seem to be happy. They're just kind of cringe, and people are making fun of them because they feel like this is like you literally just got a baby and you're saying like yeah she's my priority, but like you're going on trips with your new girlfriend. Like this guy is honestly like a butthole because he's like you see him going to his concerts, going to parties, going out with his new girl, like going on trips with her, and it's like how are you saying you're being like a really focused parent? Like you're missing the first few months of life of your baby, and like happily this baby's not gonna remember that. But if this goes on like that and you're always focusing on your relationship with women, like this child is gonna end up growing and feeling it. You know what I mean? So that's definitely rude. And you know, people were reaching out to Cazzu, the new mom, and they're like, "Oh my god, how are you feeling about this?" Like blah blah. And she's like, "Thank you guys for worrying about me. Right now, I'm just focusing on my baby and like you know, no hate, blah blah." Like she's being very like classy woman, which I respect. She's a new mom. She's really happy. You see her posting stories with her baby. If like she's not a lot on social media right now, I think, but like the occasional pictures with her baby, right? Which we never really see Christian Nodal. I mean, maybe like a few, but he's mostly out and about, going on trips and like going out and like having fun. Whilst like this other girl is like, like his baby and like the mother of his baby are like literally like on their own. So yeah, that's definitely weird, and people were like, "This is kind of cruel." Yeah, I don't know. A lot of people hate on Angela, but I think we should hate a bit more on Cristian Nodal because he's the one factor that's like weird in all of his relationships. I don't think Angela is a nice person either, though, because definitely not a girl's girl. Like that was really rude to be commenting and like being a friend and being like, "Oh my god!" I remember when they announced their pregnancy, people were like interviewing Angela. They were asking her like, "Oh, how do you feel about this? Like, do you hear like they're gonna have a baby?" And she's like, "Oh my god, I'm so excited!" Like when I heard that, I was like, "Oh my god, I'm gonna be an aunt." Which now people are like, "Girl, you're gonna be aunt and stepmom." Like the amount of memes that came out of that, like because she's like, "Ahora, ay, cuando me dijeron, dije, oh my god, voy a ser tía," which is like, girl, now you're the stepmother. Anyways, no hate though. You live your life. Like I don't care. It's none of my business. But I definitely was like, oh my god, what is happening? Like I felt like I was watching a K drama or something because a lot was going on. But yeah, from what I know, they're still dating. You know, Angela and Christian, whatever. Caso is chilling. They asked Belinda how she felt because like she was engaged to him before he got with Casu and got her pregnant, and they're like, "How do you feel about all of this? Like, do you hear the news? And like, do you see the videos of them like kissing?" And she's like, "I have no words." And period. She probably said other stuff, but that's the part I remember because she was like, "I have no words." Side eye. Anyways, not her problem anymore, right? And yeah, that's all I had to say about that. That was the tea, and I felt like I needed to talk with someone about it because nobody in my life knows. Like nobody knows this news because nobody around me is Latin American, and the Latin American people in my life, which are my family, do not care, which is valid, so valid. It's like none of their business, none of my business. It's just me talking. Anyways, I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye.